Home team, home team. What's happening, home team? This your boy Blakberry Rex. Welcome to Let's Be Clear, where we like to be clear about whatever it is on your boy Blakberry mind when it comes to sports, when it comes to Georgia sports, Atlanta sports, sports in general, topics in general. This is where we like to have a space to be clear about things. Tonight we gonna watch along with the college football uh, North Carolina Tar Heels versus TCU. As you all know this, or if you may not know, this is it's your boy uh college coaching debut, Bill Belichick. This is his college coaching debut. For the oh shit, hold on. Yeah, Mike don't want to act right. So this is the first we're going to get to see TCU. We get to see Bill Belichick coaching North Carolina. The game is about to be underway. Should be kicking off any time now. Let me see. Let's get pulled up. Let's get pulled up. Hey, has anybody else noticed that they don't have the pen on Google anymore? The pen is gone. They took the pen on. Wonder why they did that. Wonder why they did that. Who we got in the building, man? We got Jonte Rozier in the house. What's up with you? We got Dre Murphy in the building. What's up with you, Dre Murphy? We got Philip Crawford in the house. What's up with you, Philip Crawford? Yeah, like and share, motherfuckers. Like Philip Crawford say, man. Like and motherfucking share. Appreciate that, my boy. But I'm a little parched. But we're gonna watch along to this game, man. We're gonna keep up with this game, but what we also gonna do is we also gonna have a conversation. We're gonna multitask. Hope y'all cool with that. We gonna multitask and we gonna have a conversation about our birds. Let's get it right. Get that mic position right. Get it right. So we got a whole week in the game of college football. A lot of good games on this past weekend. A lot of good games. But this was supposed to be dedicated to Georgia Day on week one. After week one. That's what Let's Be Clear was supposed to be today. I was supposed to be dedicating this stream to the University of Georgia Bulldogs. But I'm going to tell you why I pivoted. Because it ain't really necessary. Shout out to my dogs. And I know they're gonna be they got an easy route the first week. It was a lot of interesting games out there. Georgia, Marshall was not one of them. It wasn't one of them. So they did what they were supposed to do, went out there and took care of business. They look like they're gonna be the University of Georgia that we know and love. They're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be stout on defense. Going to have sound coaching out of Kirby Smart. So don't look like we're going to have as of now, because we took care of business against a very inferior Marshall team. We look like we're going to be what we need to be or supposed to be as of now, and we won. Of course, you got the upset of the weekend, which was Florida State over Alabama. I don't think it was really that much of an upset. Florida State lost a lot of close games last year. They might have came into this year unranked, and they might have only won 2 games last year, but they lost a lot of close games. It's not surprising to me that they won against Alabama. It don't surprise me. You can't expect a school like Florida State to stay down for too long. At some point, they're going to get it together. They may have gotten it together now. Maybe. I don't know. We got A137 Sauce in the house. What's up with A137 Sauce? And we got D. Coleman, the rooftop sabotager, up on the rooftops. What's up with you, D. Coleman? He say, Bill, dialing shit up early. Yeah, man, let's get down. Trying to see why Google done took. I'm gonna get this. I got to get this set up right. But let me see. Google done took the pin off of games. Like if you wanted to pin the score, Google don't have the pin on there no more. Maybe they got it on the mobile device, but I can't pin it. Well, yes, I can. It's there. Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep track of the score. Right now, Tar Heels got the ball first. It's second and goal. On TCU 8-yard line. What do you all think? Let's get some Falcon talk. Let's talk about these birds while we keep track of this game. I'm a phone. Something's going on. One day we're gonna look up and somebody gonna be boycotting damn Google. And Google gonna be done shut the fuck down. Alright, so it's 7-0 Tar Heels on the board early. On the board early. Your boy Glow Lopez. Is his name Glow or Geo? Is that boy's name Glow or Geo? Okay, Geo. Your boy Geo Lopez, man. The nerd that got a shot. That's what we're gonna call him. The nerd that got a shot. He went 2 for 2 on that drive for 58 yards. Caleb Hood, 3 carries, 25 yards on that drive. And he is the scorer on the drive. Gio Lopez starting the game off pretty good. 2 for 2, 58 yards. Jordan Shipp, he's the only receiver to receive the ball on that drive. He got all 58 of them yards, 2 receptions, 58 yards. All right. Let's see if TCU can respond. Let's see if they can respond. All right. Look at that. What y'all talking about in the chat, man? What y'all talking about in this chat? You come and say, what was your Falcons question? All right. So, we've had an opportunity now. We've had ample opportunity to really digest what the Falcons are putting together for this upcoming season. I want to know I'm gonna try to ask this question the best way I can without sounding like I'm trying to be a quote unquote hater. All right. I want to know in the chat, y'all put in the chat, you let me know, who do you personally think will be more responsible for the Falcons having a winning season? Let's say we have a winning season, however you depict what winning is, your own personal acceptance of what a winning season looks like. Who are you going to say, who do you predict is going to be more responsible for that winning success when it occurs? TCU got a first down. First down, TCU. Trying to get the midfield. Put this right here so I can see it. Larry say MP9 in defense. Trey Murphy say Michael Penix. What did he say? He say Penix Jr. though he's a much better quarterback than Captain Kirk, 2 Chainz, cousin. He still got to show that though. Larry say MP90 defense. Yup. D. Coleman said Kyle Pitts. Michael say Penix and Pierce. It damn sure won't be great. Will ain't in here, bro. You ain't got to troll yet. Will ain't in here yet. And Jonathan Rogers say the whole team as a unit. So my follow-up question is, for TCU got a punt. My follow-up question is, if we don't win the division, but we still make the playoffs, let's say we still make that 7th seed. Let's say we still make that 6th or 7th seed. And we don't win a playoff game. We don't win a division. And we don't win a playoff game. But we make the playoffs. Is Raheem Morris or Terry Fontenot on the hot seat? What's up with you, Southside? Yeet! Yes, sir. What's up with you, my boy? Damn, I'm hitting this down. Gotta figure out how to stop hitting this damn desk so damn much. What's up with you, Southside? Jay Murphy said, "Oh, we're winning in division though, bro." Yeah, but what if we don't? What if we don't though, Dre? It's a possibility that we don't. It's a possibility that we are a playoff team without winning the division. What if we don't win the What if we don't win the division and don't win a playoff game but make the playoffs? Do you think we need to consider reevaluating Raheem Morris or Terry Fontenot's position? Based on that scenario. Southside said, "Nah, that's not good enough." Dre Murphy said, "Tampa Bay sucking Eels ain't winning this division 5 freaking times in a row." I hope not, bro. They want to say playoffs. Playoffs, that all we need. If not, we're all on high seat. So they want to say if they don't make the playoffs, that'll put them on the high seat. Not making the playoffs. So if they don't win it, in your opinion, A1, they can not win a division, but still make the playoffs and not win a playoff game, and that's you good with that. That's progress for you. You can deal with that. Is that what you're saying? And Southside said, especially if you lose that first wild card. Yeah. Southside say that's not good enough if you lose that wild card. That ain't good enough. Jonathan Rozier say we'll run it back with both Terry and Morris, although we're a better team on the road. Although we're a better team. Michael say, "I'm never letting Terry go." He's the GOAT. Okay. But I asked those two questions because a lot of people want to point at one particular person and try to give it. I keep seeing this. And I know that coaches have a lot of influence when it comes to the players that they coach. A lot of influence. And I asked the questions. Who would you give most of the credit to for a winning season? And if Terry and Raheem's jobs would be on the line if you basically they didn't have what you would consider to be a winning season. Because I keep seeing a lot of people want to look at Jeff Ulbrich, and it's funny to me that you know that people that follow the sport heavily, it baffles me that for as heavy as somebody could follow the sport of football, that you don't understand how influence works and what and you don't and a lot and some of them don't understand how influence works, and some of them don't understand what types of roles are played by coaches. Because when we're determining, well, what's a coach good at? Is he good at creating a run game? Is he good at creating a good passing game? Is he good at creating a good run stopping defense? Is he good at creating a good pass rush defense, etc.? Right? What is a coach good at in trying to make a determination on whether or not that coach is a good prospect to be a head coach based off of what you think makes him suitable to be a head coach? You don't think about other aspects of the game. We have a lot of people looking at Jeff Ulbrich and saying this team is feeding off of Jeff Ulbrich right now. This team runs off Jeff Ulbrich and what he offers to the game and the way he coaches the players. They're giving a lot of credit to Jeff Ulbrich right now. Before we played a snap of football, Jeff Ulbrich is getting a whole lot of credit for the potential success that this team can have based off of attitude and grit. Based off of attitude and grit. He's getting a whole lot of credit. But if this team doesn't make the playoffs, let's say they do make the, let me change that. Let me go back to the scenarios I gave you. If this team doesn't win the division and don't win a playoff game but make the playoffs, if we having the same issues we had last season, because think about it. Last season, like the last handful of seasons, like the last handful of years, pass rush has been an issue. It's been an issue ever since Vic Beasley's 16 sack season. Pass rush has been a problem. We went and got a guy who's a linebacker specialist defensive coordinator. We're running a base 3-4 defense, which means our edge guys are basically outside linebacker hybrids, defensive end hybrids, which means that those guys should be his masterpieces. They should be his canvases, his works of art to turn into great players, right? That's what James Pierce Jr. should be. That's what Jalen Walker should be. That's what Leonard Floyd should be. That's what D'Angelo Malone should be. That's what Caden Ellis should be. They should be tools in the masterpiece created by Jeff Ulbrich. So if we make the playoffs, but don't win in the playoffs, and we look up and our highest sack leader is once again hovering between 6 and 7 sacks for the year, and everybody else is pedestrian, just as pedestrian, even more pedestrian than that. Is Jeff Ulbrich gonna get some blame? Is Jeff Ulbrich gonna get some kind of scrutiny? I mean, cause and real quick, I don't know why they must have had a very long commercial break in this TCU North Carolina game. These referees letting North Carolina get away with a lot of taunting. Dudes, they just made a good play in the flats. Made a good play out there on the screen. He gets up, he gets his stance over the receiver and taunts him. It ain't no flag. You know that's because that's a Bill Belichick team. If that was in it, if that was somebody for TCU right now, that would have been a flag. That would have been a taunting flag. Now see, they just tried to take a deep shot downfield. TCU did, and a flag was thrown, probably in the area of pass interference on number 29. That's Jordan Fuller number. Hopefully, our number 29 don't do no crazy shit like getting pass interferences. Now, see, that's not pass interference. That's not pass interference. That ain't pass interference, bro. He looks back, bro, but the ball was a little too long. A little bit of hand checking, but nothing crazy. But that was not pass interference. But because they didn't get the taunt, because they didn't give them the taunting penalty on the previous play, that's why they felt like that's why the referee had to throw the flag there. You see what I'm saying? Somebody had to remind them, yeah, that's Bill Belichick coaching them, but this ain't the New England Patriots, though. This is the North Carolina Tar Heels football team, not the basketball team, the football team. We don't have to do that no more for Bill Belichick. He can prove himself here. Here he can prove himself. Oh man. I'm gonna get back to that Falcon conversation, man. Let's see what happened on this drive here. TCU hand the ball off. Good run on first down. Picked up about 7 or 8 yards. Number 2. Who is number 2 for TCU? That boy got them damn Milli Vanilli braids, don't he? They went back to number 2 on the screenplay. Looked like he got enough for the first. I tell you what, that game tackling looked good though for the Tar Heels. A lot of Carolina blue jerseys and helmets going after the ball carrier. I like to see that. Remind me of some past Atlanta Falcons teams. Some past Atlanta Falcons defenses. 11 men to the ball. Number 2 getting the handoff again. Good run, picked up about 6 yards. 6 or 7 on that one. Not bad, not bad. 10 yards in a college game don't look as far as they do in a professional game. Y'all ever notice that? Or is that just me? Or is that just me? Oh, Dre Murphy, he ahead of me. He said touchdown TCU. Okay. What we did? We did right here. Okay. What a throw and catch. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Jordan Dwyer. Jordan Dwyer, number 7 for TCU. Hoover to Dwyer. Hoover and Dwyer. Sounds like a law firm. Hoover and Dwyer. Oh, man. What'd you say, Southside? Southside said, I hope Blakberry ain't that commentator that compares everything to his favorite team. Who that commentator is? Are you talking about Jonathan Vilma? Who you talking about? Say his name. Say who you talking about. Chante Rozier say old 29 gonna need some over the top help. Was that who just got burnt just then, number 29? Cause that play that flag they threw on 29, that wasn't no pass interference. They had to make up for that taunting penalty that they missed over there on the other side of the field on the previous play. Trey Murphy say, do you think we're going to need some over-the-top help with Mike Evans, though, bro? You would be crazy not to have over-the-top help. He's Mike Evans. He's Mike Evans. We got too much proof in the pudding that A.J. Terrell by himself is not capable of locking down Mike Evans. Now, if you're okay with that, if you're okay with AJ and Mike Evans having a go at it, and you don't think that's gonna be enough to beat your team, then you better be dominating the run game, the run defense. You better be dominating in run defense. You better be dominating in your other matchups on the field, because Mike Evans is a game changer, and he'll change the game on you. Gio Lopez having an issue hearing something in his helmet. That boy is little. Gio Lopez is small. I just seen him walking to his huddle. It looked like a midget walking into a skyscraper room. That boy is little. Now, this run game for Carolina shouldn't be bad. This run game for Carolina, it shouldn't be bad. What's up with you, Dreddy? Dreddy say, it's funny how we swept the Bucs, but all the commentators picking Bucs to beat us and win the division. Yeah, I seen I think I seen one person pick us to win this week's game. TCU just made a big play in the backfield for big stuff in the backfield, third down, third and long. I seen one person pick us to win this weekend, and that person also said they think that depending on who wins this game, that's who's going to win this division. I'm not going to buy into that, but that's the only person I've seen pick us to win the division, is the person that I saw pick us to win this weekend. Now, or this coming up weekend. Yeah, this weekend. So I don't know, bro. I don't know how to call it, to be honest, as far as like the gauge that we getting from the media and everybody else, TCU they getting off the field, y'all. 4th and 10. TCU, they showing up now. They showing up. TCU getting the ball back. But it's funny because I was seeing a lot of people high on the Falcons. And I think even before the Caleb McGarry injury and the Storm Norton injury, even before that, you started seeing a little bit of a shift in opinions. And I don't know why, because we're going to have they're going to have receivers, a couple starting receivers missing. They're going to have a big offensive tackle missing. They're going to be missing some key pieces in the secondary unit and in the pass rush department. They got a lot of injuries. They got a lot of people going into week 1 they're not going to have. I don't know. I don't know. I think the closer we got to kickoff, the closer we get to kickoff, people are just telling themselves that based off of what they've seen from the Falcons in the past, they don't think that there's been enough movement to make an early pick on them being better than they have been previous years. Just from, looking at it at that standpoint. Jonathan Rose just said AJ put some weight on. I don't think Evans is going to muscle him too much. He definitely don't put on some. He been in the gym, that's for sure. Your boy AJ got in that gym, boy. Nah, he's always gotten physical with Mike Evans. The physicality ain't been the problem. It's the referees not letting Mike Evans really not letting AJ Terrell be physical with Mike Evans, but they'll let Mike Evans be physical with AJ Terrell. It's been a biased. The flag has been biased. It ain't been a yellow flag. It's been a red and black flag. When it comes to Tampa versus Atlanta, the flag ain't yellow. It's red and black. Well, matter of fact, it ain't red and black. The flag is whatever Tampa's color schemes is. Ugly brown and ugly red and ugly gray. Whatever the fuck it is. TCU with the ball. Get about a 4-yard pickup by the quarterback on a scramble. Number 10, Hoover is the son of Josh Hoover, pitcher at Rockwell Heaths or whatever that was. His daddy was a pitcher, the quarterback for TCU. Josh Hoover. Remember said, I'm not worried about freaking wide receiver beating us though. Dreddy said, AJ can shut down Mike Evans by himself. Facts, he did it before. All Mike Evans does is push off. Georgia Texas boy said currently Tampa Bay has 6 players quarterback to play Sunday. They have 6 players QB to play Sunday. Southside Bucks are still battle tested Blakberry. That's why. Now, what? A lot of times, people that cover sports, they speak out both ends of their mouth. Because in one manner, they'll say everybody back to zero. Everybody back to zero. Everybody even kill. Everybody. It's a new season, new teams. Every team got to prove themselves in the new season. That's what they'll say. But then they'll start talking about what these teams did the previous year and making a pick or a determination on what they think gonna happen based off of that and based off of who returned to these teams. And a lot of times they overlook a lot of the flaws that these teams had, like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has been a team barely winning their division the past few seasons. And it's always been us that they barely squeak past. And every time they barely squeaked past us, it was because they had a better quarterback situation than we had. That has been the major difference, is the quarterback situation. So if somebody was to say, I just need to see Michael Penix Jr. be, I just need to see Michael Penix Jr. be consistent. I just need to see Michael Penix Jr. be what Falcons fans are hoping he can be, which is the franchise quarterback that they've been looking for since Matt Ryan. And then I'll start picking the Atlanta Falcons. But don't nobody got the guts to say that. They don't got the guts to say that because if they don't pick Tampa and they pick Atlanta instead, they look wrong. They look wrong if the Falcons don't succeed. I told y'all, I ain't with this punk. I don't like this punk sissy shit. Okay? With we don't want to go out on a limb and trust what we think we see out of Michael Penix Jr. or out of anybody for that matter. I don't mind doing it. I trust my ability to recognize the talent. I trust my ability to recognize the talent and the talent level. I trust that. I trust my knowledge of the game. I trust what I know, what I see with my own two eyes. That's what I trust more than anything. I'm not going out on a limb on the player's behalf. I'm going out on a limb on my behalf. I trust what I know. I trust what I see. So if I say I see Michael Penix Jr. being a franchise quarterback based off of what I see his tangibles are, based off of what I see his mindset and his work ethic is, based off of seeing his tails, his what's the word I'm looking for? You know, based off of seeing what I've seen him do already. You know what I'm saying? All right, TCU driving, 1st and 10. Number 2 gets the handoff. Number 2 breaks away, picks up the first down. Almost broke for one there. He made that last man miss that shoestring tackle. Oh, yeah, they didn't give him the first. It's second down. Second and half a yard. They go back to him. He makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss, makes the third man. Almost made the third man miss, picks up the first down. This little are those dreads or braids? Got this dude with this Milli Vanilli wig on, number 2 for TCU. I'm trying to see his name. But they putting him to work in this first half. They put him to work. Hoover, good catch. Way to hold on to it after the hit. Does everybody for TCU have on the damn Milli Vanilli wig? I think everybody for TCU got on a Milli Vanilli wig. Everybody in on all these damn Milli Vanilli looking damn hairstyles. That was holding, real. On 29. Now 29, you were holding there, bro. Allen. That's 29 last name for North Carolina. Allen. Georgia Tech will say Benjamin Morrison, cornerback, and Christian Isms. Oh, okay. You saying who they is? Okay, now he got dreads. Them dreads he got. The other two dudes, they got them Milli Vanilli hair. They got that Milli Vanilli hair. 1st and 25. They called that on. They called that on the offense. Damn, that was a 15-yard penalty. Damn. All right, 2nd and 12. They can pick up a first without scoring. They get to like the 3-yard line. They picking on Allen for Carolina. They picking on him, boy. They just keep going. They just keep. Yo, Bill, you better scratch your head. Figure out how to get that boy some help over there. TCU at the end like a bow tie. You heard me? They get that boy neck. What's up with your Silk? Third and 7. Hoover. Oh, he gets away from the pressure in the end zone. Oh, the tight end couldn't come down with it. Tight end couldn't come down with it. 4th and 7. They got to kick a field goal. Or will they go for it? Did a good job getting off this pressure. Hoover did. Oh yeah, he missed. He missed number 2. He missed number 2 getting open there. What's up with your daddy? Got some OGs in the house, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. We're just gonna do the watch along. We're gonna do the watch along up until probably about the second half. At halftime, we'll probably kill it after that. Dre Murphy said the tight end acting like Mark Andrews. No one catching that. You know what I be thinking about when I watch college games, and I know a lot of people might say Blakberry. Is this the time and place to say this? Yes, it is, because we keeping up with a college game right now. We watching a college game, so this is the perfect time to tell y'all this. You know what I think about when I watch college games and they put the camera around the student body. that's in attendance. I think about my college experience, and I think about how a game is being broadcasted. Yes. And the student body of fans are in the stands. Yes. And everybody's excited and happy to be there. Yes. But I also think about what happens when that game is over. I think about I think about all I think about all the parties. I think about all of the sauce. And I think about how a lot of people after that game get lost in that sauce. And I think about all the freaky deaky nasty stuff that's gonna happen to a lot of people in that student body there. It's about to go down. It's about to go down at the end of that game, y'all. Just know that. You got a girl there dressed as a banana. It's a girl at the TCU North Carolina game right now dressed as a banana. It was just my imagination running away with me. Woo! What y'all talking about? Bernard Cantrell up in here. What's up with Bernard Cantrell? He say, "What's good, home team? I got to go back and watch. I'm late to the party, my G. You got to go. Yeah, go back and watch. But you ain't really missed nothing. We just keeping up with the game. I asked some questions about the Falcons, and whatnot. But I asked the question earlier. If the Falcons have a winning season in your mind, whatever you think a winning season is, whatever you think a winning season is, who you giving most of that credit to? Who you giving most of that credit to? Most of the credit, who you giving it to? Because I asked the question because I look at all of this premature credit that Jeff Ulbrich is getting for this team establishing an identity that is that of a Jeff Ulbrich character. Before we done play a regular season snap, but they're giving the entire team now, not just the defense, not just the linebacker group, not just the front seven, but they're giving the entire team. They're giving Jeff Ulbrich the credit for this newfound, like I said, premature identity. They're giving that credit to Jeff Ulbrich. That this smash mouth, having attitude, identity that the Falcons have found. They're saying this. I'm seeing a lot of people say that it's because of Jeff Ulbrich. So, is it going to be Jeff Ulbrich's fault when the team doesn't have a winning season, whatever winning is for you? Whatever that is for you. For some people, a winning season would be just being over 500. That's a winning season. For some, a winning season might be making the playoffs. For some, it might be winning the division. Whatever winning is for you, for me, is winning the championship. That's what I say a winning season is. Everything else is you competed well, but you didn't have a winning season. You didn't win the championship. That's how I look at sports. Period. When I'm out there on when I was out there on the court shooting ball, when I was around the neighborhood shooting ball, I didn't have a winning game if I played really well, but still lost. I lost, so I didn't have a winning game. Yeah, Blakberry, but you had 20. You went for 25, and you went for 25. You had about 10 assists, but I lost. I lost. So whatever winning is for you, who you give most of that credit to? Because the reason why I say I don't think that the people that follow the sport closely that are saying these things, they really going off of emotions. I'm an emotional person. I'm very emotional in a way. I do. I wear my heart on my sleeve most of the time. You can see what Blakberry going through all in my face. You can see it. You can see. I know that's who I am. I carry that weight. But I know how to use critical thinking skills. I know how to use logic. I know how to look at data. I know how to look at whatever. I know how to look at the facts. I know how to look at the possibilities. I know how to look at everything in as a collective in one smooth motion. I can analyze those things and make a determination of what something is. Not what something might be, but what something is. There's a long ass commercial break, by the way. It's long as hell. This is a box office damn week one game for college football with Bill Belichick on the sidelines. It's a long ass commercial break. But when I hear stupid shit, like Raheem Morris just need to sit on the sidelines and look pretty or look cute or whatever the fuck they be saying. trying to find my words so I don't sound like an asshole. But it's not possible to do. I'm going to sound like an asshole because how the fuck are you the head coach? How are you the head coach in not running your own team, you would not be a head coach. You would not be a head coach if you were incapable of running your team. That's one. 2nd and 10. North Carolina got the ball, trying to drive on their own. Can't see. They ain't crossed the 50 yet, though. Oh, yes, they did. They crossed the 50. They in TCU territory. You're not going to be a head coach if you're incapable of running your own team. That's one. Two. I keep hearing this thing, and it irks my fucking nerves. Raheem just needs to let the coaches do their job. As if he didn't do that last year. As if he didn't do that last year. Who did he not let do their job? He stepped in when he needed to. He stepped in when it was necessary. As a matter of fact, that's what y'all bitching about. He didn't step in soon enough. That's been the whole goddamn. He didn't step in soon enough. He didn't make changes soon enough. Just let coaches do their fucking job. Zach Robinson is your offensive coordinator. Why ain't nobody looked at Zach Robinson, who was running the damn offense, and said, why didn't Zach Robinson why didn't Zach Robinson pull that Kurt needed to sit down before it was too late? Excuse me. Why ain't nobody looking at Zach Robinson? He the fucking offensive coordinator. Why ain't nobody looking at him and asking that question? Because he ain't the head coach. When Jimmy Lake was looking confused as fuck in his defensive game plan, you wanted to pick on damn Raheem Morris about that. Well, because he's supposed to be a defensive coach. He's the head coach. He's the head coach, meaning he's defensive and offensive. He's over everything and special teams. Come on now. You got somebody running the offense. You got somebody running the defense. You got somebody running every goddamn thing. So the guys that's running their respective groups were allowed to do their job. But now he just need to let these coaches do their job. Like he ain't been doing that shit. I didn't see Raheem Morris saying shit into his damn headset with a clipboard in his hand, covering his mouth, calling out plays until the end of the season. Until the latter of the season. TCU got the ball back. 3rd down. What happened? Was it a turnover? Shit, I missed it, y'all. Let's see what happened. TCU got the ball back, though. And they in the red zone. Well, they ain't in the red. Are they? Yeah, they in the red zone. Hoover steps back, screen pass. Ball gets tipped up, picked off. Number 21, North Carolina Tar Heels turnover. Let's see if he caught that or if that might have hit the ground. Ball got tipped up on a screenplay. Looked like North Carolina picked it off, recovered it. He had the one-handed. Then it looks like he corrals it, brings it into his body. Does it hit the ground? Does he have control? He got full control. That's a catch. That's a pick. That's an interception. It's going to go down as an interception. Don't know if that was Hoover's fault or not. Got to look at the play again, but Tar Heel ball. What's up with you, T. Terry? Jay Murphy say, where you think they're going to have that bad man, Hitman Hillums playing that though? He going to see time as strong and free. He going to see time doing both. You're going to see him down in the box a lot. You're going to see him playing the hooks a lot, playing the flats a lot. You're going to see him playing in, hopefully you see him playing in areas that suit his that play to his strengths. Marcus said, I got to go with the Well Foundation, with the whole foundation. Our hand washes. God damn, why I can't see shit? One hand washes the other. Everybody got a job at to this football. It takes a team effort. One monkey don't stop no show, and one monkey can't win by himself. That's big facts, Bernard Cantrell. That's big facts. Southside said everything works out, everybody gets credit, and if everything doesn't work, then everybody is at fault, not just one person. That's also true, Southside. But people are held accountable. It's going to be people held accountable for winning and losing. That you can't do nothing about. That's how this shit works. Southside said that was way too high of a pass. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked like it was too high of a pass. What's up with you, Cushido? What's happening? Old Chicken Hall in the building. He say it ain't the pickup. It's the big truck. It does feel like the defense is buying into Britt's scheme more than Lake's. Yeah, I talked about that last year, how it didn't look like nobody want it, especially in the front seven. It didn't look like anybody was happy with what Jimmy Lake was putting out there, or what the scheme he was drawing up. As a matter of fact, if you listen to Caden Ellis talk earlier in the offseason, he said it without saying it, just like that. He said it without saying it. He said he's happy, he's glad he's going to get the opportunity to do more to what suits his strengths now. It's a lot less thinking he's going to have to do in a Jeff Oubre system. And he likes it that way because now he can play to his strengths. Whatever Jimmy Lake was doing out there, he was trying to do too goddamn much. He was trying to reinvent the wheel of how to play goddamn defense. And that's why his ass ain't here no more. But the way this shit work, man, is head coaches run the whole goddamn team. And head coaches are going to get the blame, and they're going to get the praise and the credit for success. You can't, when you're the leader, that's what you take on. That's the responsibility that you take on. You're going to be held accountable for other people's mistakes. You're also going to be given credit for other people's hard work. That's what being a leader is. But you're a leader for a reason. And this is how you know that a lot of people that have been following this sport for so long, this is how you know that they're not real leaders. Because a leader understands that. A leader understands that Raheem Morris is supposed to get credit, get the bulk of the credit, because he's the one putting people in places to do the things that they need to do. He's setting Jeff Ulbrich up for success. He's setting Zach Robinson up for success. He's setting Marquise up for success. What happened here? TCU just scored. Look like a defensive score. Look like a defensive score, but it's a flag on the play. Let's see what happened. Look like 21 for TCU. Got a pick or something. They ain't showed the replay yet. They put a purple chain on his neck. I don't know what that means. he got the C on his chest. So 21 is a captain, man. We got to look out for number 21 for TCU. Let's see if we can get his name. R. Clark. Oh, B. Clark. So Clark, number 21 for TCU. Look like he just made a big defensive play. Was it a pick? They're about to play it. Yep. It was a pick. He played that sideline real good. Wasn't fooled. Did a great job breaking on the ball. B. Clark, number 21 for TCU. Let's keep an eye on that young fella. We're gonna be looking for our future at cornerback soon. Let's keep an eye on B. Clark for TCU. 17-7. TCU. Giving Bill Belichick the business right now on defense. That opening drive, they had a real good game plan for the opening drive. Real good script that they had for that opening drive, North Carolina. Since then, pedestrian. Let's see what they look like since then. Excuse me. Because your boy, he was 2 for 2 for 58 yards. Gio Lopez was 2 for 2 for 58 yards on that first drive. Since then, he's 0 for 2. He still only has 58 yards. He's done nothing since then. Caleb Hood, he got 6 carries for 27 yards, averaging 4.5 a carry. Jordan Shipp, he still only got them 2 catches for them 58 yards, of course. Nobody else has a catch. They ain't been able to do shit. Look like their defense gave them some opportunities they ain't been able to capitalize. Belichick got some ground to make up. And Tar Heel got some ground to make up. What is 3:30 left in the half? They got some ground to make up. Old Chicken Hall say, especially when you're a CEO, type head coach like Ra. Yeah, he is. He's a CEO. Old Chickaholic just hit that shit right on the head for a lot of y'all motherfuckers that don't know how to determine hierarchy and don't know how to determine how roles work and don't know how to determine how influence works. He's a CEO type head coach. That's the best way to motherfucking put it. He does not want to be hands-on unless he has to be. He wants to be an overseer. He wants to be a facility. He wants to be a what is it called? He doesn't want to be hands-on if he doesn't have to be. He's worked hard enough to get to that stage, to get to that level, to where now he doesn't have to go do the stocking. He can just make sure that people that know how to stock do the stocking. The store manager for Walmart ain't going around stocking shelves. He not in the back scanning in merchandise. He's making sure that he delegate tasks to people that should be good at doing it based off of when he does his interviews. You interview well for the job, you telling me you good at the job. I'm going to put you on the job. I'm going to keep track of your progression. I'm going to keep track of your stats, how well you're doing. I'm going to make sure you got everything you need at your disposal to do your job. I'm going to give you the resources. I'm going to set you up for success. Me and the general manager are going to work very hard and diligently to make sure you got the pieces you need on defense. Jeff Ulbrich. Me and the general manager are going to work hard to make sure that you got what you need on offense, Zach Robinson. I'm going to give you the tools that you need to succeed. But no. It's too many worker bees out here covering the damn sport that do not understand it because they are not leaders. And they look at everything from a victim mindset, one, and from a worker bee mindset. This team done took on the identity of Jeff Ulbrich. You know when that shit started? That narrative started when James Pierce Jr. was getting into them scuffles with the offensive line in training camp. That's when that started, right? That's when or OTAs, whichever one it was in OTAs. When them scuffles started in OTAs, that's when that narrative got started. But then wait. When you go back and look at the footage, it's the offensive line that's initiating all of this. That was initiating these scuffles with James Pierce Jr. It was Bergeron. It was Chris Lindstrom initiating these scuffles. The offensive line has always been gritty and tough. The problem was Grady Jarrett was on the other side. So there was a respect level that they had. And because of that, they probably wasn't even as good as they could have been, even though they was one of the top, they was top 5 in the league. They could have been first in the league if they would have had somebody pushing them on the other side of the ball in practices. But the offensive line stepped up to the plate. They say we got fresh meat on the defensive side of the ball, but we got guys over there that's being hyped up to be the next coming of Javon Curse. We got guys over there being mentioned in the same conversation as Javon Curse, James Pierce Jr. Guys being mentioned in the same breath as Luke Kuechly, Jalen Walker. So we got to let these young boys know that this ain't finna. You got to earn reputation. You got to earn respect in the pros. Third and 3, bad snap. Trying to deep is not there. It was a bad decision to throw that. That was covered very well. TCU made a third down stop. It's 4th and 3. They're not in field goal range. Gonna have to figure out what they want to do here. Go for it or bring out the punt unit. Look like they're bringing out the punt unit. They're bringing out the punt unit. It's 1:05 left in the half. TCU gonna have a little bit of time on the clock. Shit, that could have been offensive pass interference. Sure could have been. But the offensive line, in my opinion, and Dwayne Leffert are the ones that made this that toughened up this team, if that's how you want to put it. The toughness that you saying this team got now, that tough identity that you saying they got now, I think it's Dwayne Leffert in the offensive line that giving us that damn identity. Not motherfucking Jeff Ulbrich, just because y'all see some tape of him running up and down the sidelines in practices, being a good coach, being a good hands-on defensive coordinator like he's supposed to be. Just because y'all see him doing what most fucking head coaches do other than fucking Jimmy Lake punk ass. You want to say that the team adopting his identity. The team is adopting his identity. And if they are, that's fine. That's cool. But guess who's supposed to get some of that credit? Raheem Morris. Oh. What y'all really gonna not like? All y'all Raheem Morris criticizers. Oh my goodness. Number 2 getting that work today, boy. He gets out of bounds. 41 seconds on the clock. They're trying to get in field goal range. TCU want to put 3 more points on the board. But you know what you Raheem Morris criticizers need to think about? You're really not going to like it when Jeff Ulbrich gets a head coaching opportunity and he gives credit to Raheem Morris. Y'all gonna really not like that. He gonna give credit to Raheem Morris. That's who he gonna give credit to. Majority of the credit he gonna give it to Raheem Morris. Got a timeout. TCU. They're trying to figure out how they gonna get in field goal range here. Or are they already in field goal range? No. They got to get a little bit closer. 36 seconds on the clock. Second down. Oh shit, they gotta get a lot closer. Need to get about a good 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Need about 25 yards. About 25 to 30 yards to get in field goal range. But a lot of the Raheem Morris criticizers, y'all gonna really hate that when that day comes. Because a lot of you gonna say the same goddamn thing. Oh, he made a miss. Woo! Good play. Got out of bounds with the first down. Only took 5 seconds out of the clock. Not a bad play at all. But that's what a lot of y'all gonna hate, man. I never buy into that narrative that they got timeouts. Timeout. They're gonna spike it. Oh yeah, that's right. In college, the clock stopped to the ball score reset. Good play. Shit, TCU might 13 seconds. They on the 30. They on the 20. What they on? On the 26-yard line. 13 seconds. 2 timeouts. Shit, they might be thinking about getting in the end zone here. They might be thinking about scoring. They trying to get 6. But I never bought into that narrative that Jeff Ulbricht's influence on his team is greater than that of Raheem Morris. Like I said, if you follow the sport, you understand how this shit's supposed to work. You understand? If you follow business, if you're a business person, if you're somebody that has leadership abilities, if you're a true leader, you know that you're going to get the blame for when other people fuck up. You're going to get the praise for other people's hard work. Why? Because you delegated them the task to do what they did. You're going to get criticized. You're going to get the blame for other people's fuck-ups. Because you delegated them to the task to do it. You're going to get the praise. You're going to get the acknowledgement and the credit for when they do the right thing and do well. When they do well, because you delegated them the task to do it. So every time I hear a stupid motherfucker say, Raheem Morris just need to stand on the sidelines and look pretty, field goal, TCU gets 3, make it a 20-7 game. Going into halftime. Bill Belichick is down 20-7 to TCU in his college football coaching debut in North Carolina. We probably not gonna cover the second half. We gonna follow the first half and that's it. But it's the dumbest fucking thing, bro. Okay? It's the dumbest fucking thing to think that the head coach isn't running his team. Just because you don't think he's particularly good at building a defense or offense. Just because you don't think he has any one particular thing he's really good at. Being a leader of men is enough. It's enough. having knowledge of the game, having knowledge of what to do in certain situations, having knowledge of how to go find the talent, how to go find the people that are good at doing these things, that is enough. Having the connections is enough. Eazy-E. Was Eazy-E a good rapper? Was Eazy-E forget about liking him a whole lot. Forget about thinking he wanted the goats or something like that in the rap game. Forget about all that. Forget about his status. Is he a good rapper? Because I'm gonna tell you straight up like this. When it comes to rapping, he rapped about what he did every day. He rapped about what life looked like around him. But he did it in a very mellow-tone way. He only had one flow. Eazy-E had one flow. One flow. And based off of the time he came in at, it made him iconic. But he didn't have aspirations of being a rapper. And he wasn't the best rapper in his stable. But he's an icon. It was his show. It was his show. But Eazy-E wasn't an engineer. Eazy-E wasn't a producer. Eazy-E just had the money. And he had the networking abilities. He knew how to get the right eyes on what the product was. He got the right eyes on the product. That was his forte. He was a people person. Eazy-E was a people person, but also he had the respect of people. That's why they even went to Eazy-E in the first place. To get the ball rolling on NWA. To get studio time, to get records done and printed and get a record deal. They respected him. He had the respect of the hood. He had the respect of people, but he also had the respect of white collar. He had the respect of white collars too. Raheem Morris got the respect of everybody, players and coaches alike. And if you want to label him as the chosen one, fine. You should be honored to have the chosen one coaching your damn team. The path should get a little easier now to a Lombardi. The powers that be want to see Raheem Morris succeed. So you should be happy about it. But no. Too many of us have a victim mindset. Always thinking somebody out to get you. Always thinking that you are some kind of target. So when you see other people being given opportunities that you don't think that they've done enough to earn, getting opportunities that you think that they're only getting because of their popularity, you're going to look at them and you're going to try to characterize them in ways that make them look incompetent. Because you got a victim mindset. Why is this guy getting these opportunities? He's not even really good at these things that I determined he should be good at to get the opportunities he's getting. That's why people say some content creators are haters. Because as they say these days, it's giving hate. It's giving hate. Raheem Morris, he ain't built no great defense. Raheem Morris ain't built no great offense. Raheem Morris don't have who has he made into a great player? That's what matters to you. That's what you're determining his greatness or lack thereof on. That's you determining that. What he's good at is being a leader. That's what he's good at. He's good at leading men. That's what he's good at. Napoleon, racist than a motherfucker. Smallest man on any ship he was on. You think he was the best damn the best caster of the damn sail? You think Napoleon was the best damn you think he was the best fighter or swordsman or the best gunsmith? He was just a leader of men. This, the mind, the heart. That's why some people get the position that they get. Okay? Because people believe in them. Because they've planted seeds and they've sown seeds along the way that make people believe in them. That's why they get their opportunities. And when you overlook that because you want this you want to see it the way you want to see it. That ain't up to you. It ain't up to you to say this person should get this opportunity because of this. That's on the person that get in the job. The person that hires them. That's on them to determine. Not you. And one more thing before we go, man. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. We got one more thing I want to talk about. Yeah, Dante say TCU done scored again. Blakberry, you're way behind. I ain't behind the goddamn source. I'm watching it from behind. Shit, not me. Jordan Test what said Taunton. Oh yeah, he did that gun. Yeah, they got to reel these young boys in, man. Trey Murphy say AJ Terrell brother out of Clemson. What up about whatever? What's up with you, my boy? Got ATL 251 that came through. He said, no, great ain't been about it for the last 4 years. Oh, man. Hey, man, y'all in here, man. Y'all talking y'all shit, too. Who else up in here? But who that? That's Saint. That might be STL for St. Louis Dirty Bird. He said, what's up, Blakberry? It might be Penix as well. He has a chip on his shoulder. Hey, man, Michael Penix he got what it takes, bro. I really believe that. Appreciate you for coming through, too, man. He got what it takes, bro. I think he got what it takes. Dante say Tar Heels still gonna win. Oh no, bro. TCU look like it might be too much defensively for them boys. They ain't did shit on offense. Carolina ain't did shit on them damn on offense since that first drive, bro. Nothing. Dante say then they hate him when he stand on sideline looking pretty. Yo, you go ahead, you make your mind up. Talking shit about him, looking up, chewing his bubble gum, looking up at the jumbotron, talking shit about that. He don't talk to his players enough. Well, hell, he can't be talking to players and shit if you want him to just stand there and look pretty. You putting that on the other coaches. You putting that on them to do that. Southside say Easy E had one hit mistakenly. Come on, bro. Riding in the six. What are they riding down the street in my 6'4"? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Easy was a leader, though. He was a leader. He wasn't afraid to tell Q and Dre. He wasn't afraid to tell them, like, hey, you don't goddamn make the goddamn decision. Me and this white man do. You don't need to know. You don't need to know nothing about the other shit that's going on with the paperwork. You the talent. You let me tell you. I tell you when you need to know something. Until then, you just goddamn just have fun making this money and making this music. You getting yours. So what you give a fuck? Why you give a fuck? He wasn't afraid to tell them niggas that. He also wasn't afraid to take chances though. And he knew they was the talent. He knew they was the talent. But he also knew that they needed to stay the talent. And if they grow to be anything more, which they both did, it'll be because that they had a learning tree to be up on. That's what he gave them. Easy and Dr. Dre, Cube and Dr. Dre both done been on record for saying because they was in NWA and saw how Easy took care of business is a big part of the reason played a big part in how they knew what to do when they got out there on their own. It was unconventional the way Easy did it because it looked like he was a sellout because he partnered up with a white guy who they looked at as was taking advantage of Easy. But Easy knew what he was doing, bro. Easy knew he knew he wasn't being manipulated. He just knew what the best thing to do was. And can't nobody say it didn't fucking work because look at what they became, bro. Icons. Fucking icons. Dre Murphy said, hell no to the no. Both of them say Easy E is a GOAT for sure. He a good rapper though. He made history. He did that. And he made songs. He made a very hot, popular song that it did really, it did very well. And he helped form a group that is iconic, and he himself is an icon. But when I say rapper, come on. I'm talking about Questlove. I'm talking about Andre 3000. I'm talking about Nas. I'm talking about Mos Def. I'm talking about rapping. I'm talking about deep thought. That's what I'm thinking. That's when I say rapper, that's what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. That's what I'm thinking about. Rapping. T.I., Jeezy, rapping. Jeezy my favorite rapper all time. And I wouldn't even say he the best like rapper per se, but he my favorite all time. Just all around in the as far as hip hop go, he my favorite. So Test Boy say I'm ready to see a fast, action balanced offense on Sunday. With me both, boy. Yeah, man. Kansas City and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers gonna be playing in Brazil. Man, hey, that's gonna be a hell of an experience for them boys. A lot of them got that kind of reach already, but to go play football in Brazil, man, history making. Dre Woods said, "What up, Blakberry home team? What's up with Dre Woods? You came in just in time, my boy, because we about to get ready to shut it down." But hey, man, that's I want to talk about one last thing. So I'm hearing about season ticket holders and getting a lot of criticism from content creators about being ticket holders or being fans. What's up with your Matt Town Dirty? What he say? He said, "Hey, listening to be when I tell you, Jid new album, Clips new album, Joey Badass new album, West Side Gun new album, Big X the Plug." Oh, is that who that somebody was trying to say the other day? And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you trying to say. Big X the Plug new album, check them all out. Yo, cause I don't listen to I don't too much listen to music like that these days. I listen to a lot of old school shit that was out when I was coming up and back. Like I like some things. I ain't gonna front to you like I'm gonna keep this a buck with y'all. I like Glorilla more than I like a lot of these motherfuckers, these other dudes out here these days. These male hip hop artists. I fuck with Glorilla more than I fuck with a lot of them. So if you can put me on to somebody that goddamn gonna tickle my fancy, gonna catch my ear, I'd appreciate it. Until then, I'm still on throw up motivation. I'm still on throw up motivation 1 and 2, my boy. I'm still on paper trail. That's just keeping it 100. That's just keeping it a buck. I can't be no more than a buck than that. Matt Time Duddy said, background tight. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Appreciate that. Corey Gill 5 say, he say, what he say, hold on by Gorilla Slaps. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, Glorilla keep making hits, my boy. She keep making hits. What he say, but Bodie James and FMB DZ go hard. Yeah, see, bro. I got this. Somebody got to put me on so I can know a lot of who the fuck y'all talking about. Be real, bro. Somebody got to put me on. Like Boltley James, I don't even know. That's my first time seeing that name. It's my very first time seeing that name. I know who Jid is because I like this new track he got with Sierra on Madden 26. That shit going in because he got that kilo vibe. He got that kilo vibe to it. That old school Atlanta music. So, hey man. But yeah, so these real quick, man, so I can what I got about 9 minutes. Real quick, man. I heard some egregious, dumbass fucking shit. Okay? I heard a stupid motherfucker say that if just because you a season ticket holder, and I'm paraphrasing, don't mean you a real fan. Or it don't mean you you just a customer. That's what he said. You a customer. I heard that dumbass shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. Ain't everybody a customer? Even the fans? Because if you turn on your TV to watch them, you paying for a service to watch the Falcons. You're a customer. If you go to a tailgate, that's for the Falcons. You're a customer. You buy anything, merchandise, tickets, a streaming service. Yeah, Jadakiss, Dre Murphy. Jadakiss was one of my favorite up north rappers back in the day. Look, TCU just scored again on the. I said I wasn't gonna cover the second half. TCU just scored again, 75-yard rushing touchdown by Kavarian Barnes. That boy been ripping them up all game. Kavarian Barnes, 75-yard touchdown run to open the second half. TCU back up again. I mean, not back up, but extending their lead 26-7. They kick the extra point and make it be the 27-7 football game. Yeah, man. But shitting on goddamn people for having an opinion and saying that because they season ticket holders, they ain't nothing but a customer. When people call you a hater or they call you a punk ass motherfucker, it's gonna be because of that. That'll be why they call you that. That'll be why. That'll be why you get called that. Because you can't afford to get season tickets, you're going to shit on other people that can't. If you can afford it, but you choose not to, it's your business. Nobody's asking you why don't you have season tickets. Nobody's saying that because you don't buy season tickets or you don't attend more than one or two or any games at all, that don't make you a real fan. Ain't nobody saying that to you. We covering the Atlanta Falcons as content creators. We're covering the Atlanta Falcons, and we're talking amongst other Falcon fans because we all got this one thing in common, which is the Atlanta Falcons. We all love the Atlanta Falcons. It take a real bitch ass motherfucker. It take a real ass asshole ass nigga. A real punk ass motherfucker. A real whole ass individual to take on the responsibility of creating content in this space on the Falcons as a Falcon fan and tell other Falcon fans that they're not real Falcons fans just because they go get season tickets, just because they have PSL or pay PSLs, just because they post events, just because they go on the tours, on the event tours for the Falcons, or they might invest even more and be in the bird's nest, or just because they buy jerseys or buy hats, any kind of merchandise. That just because they do that, that doesn't make them real fans. They're just customers. And I know you know who you are. You just a bitch. A lapdog. A brown nose. That's all you are. Since these people are just customers. That's all you are. You hide behind this, in this, and you say the things you say because you don't think there will be any consequences. And there may never will be. But the tone is very powerful. Very powerful. It say in the good word. Your tone can be your demise. Don't shit on people for having things because you don't have them. That looked like some punk ass nigga shit. With that being said, this has been Let's Be Clear. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you hit all those buttons and all that good stuff. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And catch us on the flip side. Home team. Peace. Now I got to reach around and then I got to say.